So you've decided to choose the Volt as your starting Warframe. Because he is a complex Warframe, this means that we're going to have to take a little bit extra time to learn him. Mostly since he is one of the most mobile of all the Warframes next to Excalibur, as well as Ember and Nyx. Due to his mobility as well as his unique setup, we are going to have to discuss his build. For his build, I went ahead and built him around using melee weapons since he does get a optimal use of the aura mod called Discharge. Because he does use quite a bit of energy, I went ahead and picked up Flow, Vitality, Stretch, Constitution, Continuity, Intensify, Streamline, and Natural Talent. Each of these mods were selected because of what they do and just how effective they make him. His first ability, Shock, is one of the few abilities that we are going to talk about to begin with, but we are going to have to discuss his passive since his passive is extremely important to be utilized, especially if you want to get the most out of Volt himself. If you are curious to how to do this, all you have to do is consistently move, and we will discuss how to get the most out of his passive ability itself. To begin, we are going to discuss Shock as I have stated. Shock, as you already know, chains up to 5 enemies and stuns them very briefly. This is great since it does give Volt an advantage against them if you are using melee builds and or shotgun builds like my own. As you can see on screen, it uses very little energy, approximately 10 to 20 per cast, which is extremely useful, especially starting out since you're not going to have mod cards such as Primed Flow, nor are you going to have Volt Prime, which I am currently using, as you can see above in the health bar. In order to get the most out of his ability, I'm going to go ahead and show you just how his passive ability works. His passive ability can be utilized by just moving around and then using either an ability or shooting one round out of your firearm or even giving a single slash of your melee weapon. Because this is a one-time use charge, you will consistently need to build it back up. Second, we have an ability called Speed. All Speed does is allow Volt to move much quicker, shoot much faster, melee much quicker, and even reload his weapon even faster. Because of this, it is neat to know that this works incredibly well with his passive ability and allows you to build up a static charge even quicker while trying to get in and out of combat. Now, as you can see, I'm just moving around basic, but even my basic movement, not my sprint, is insanely fast, and it even allows me to build up my static charge even more than I had previously done. Now, just as you already know, the static charge that he does build up again is a one-use charge before you have to build it up once more. So the more you build it up, the better. Next, we have his ability called Electric Shield. Electric Shield is a deployable energy shield, allowing him and his team to take little to no damage. Because of this, it is really useful, but it does have a small duration, so the longer you make it last, the better. The bigger you can make it, even better when defending targets. As you can see, his shield is a cheap cost. It is an extremely useful item, especially when doing defense missions or mobile defense, or if you're even doing something such as a survival and your team has a really good choke point. But you do need to know that these can be moved around. As you can see, all I have to do on the PS4 version is simply hit circle, I will pick it up, and I will move it about. On Xbox One, your key to hit will probably be B, depending on if you're using the legacy controls or not. Since I do not play on Xbox One, I cannot comment directly upon this, but it will highlight what button you will need to push in order to move those around. Since his shields are very useful, it is good to know when and when not to use them, because you will waste them, and even waste your energy by just simply putting them down repeatedly. So having a little bit of self-control is a key and role, especially since if you do have choke points and your teammates are covering an area extremely well, you can simply put them down near the entryway. Last but not least, we have his final ability called Discharge. Discharge is his mother of all bombs. It has a really high range, it has a lot of damage, it has a decent amount of duration, and it also has a lot of health, believe it or not, that it drains off enemies. So if you're going to affect an enemy, you definitely want to do it to the best of your advantage, since duration on this one is essential to its success. As you can see here, it is a conal ability that stretches out over time. Doing so doesn't just damage enemies who are chained together from being near each other, it also stuns them, giving you a insane amount of opportunity to move in and quickly defuse a situation that could either compromise your objective or even compromise a teammate and cause them to have to drop out of the match if they've died too many times. Because we don't want that, just note that if you are low on energy pads will help you. As you can see in this mission, I've decided to go ahead and skip forward since we've gotten through all of his abilities. And now, because you are seeing an advanced play, you can already tell that I've had a teammate who was not moving because they just loaded in. By putting shields there, I've decided to go ahead and protect them, and even go ahead and use my overload quite a few times in order to deal a substantial amount of damage to all the enemies within the vicinity. Again, you can already tell I'm having to use quite a few energy pads. Even with a Volt Prime, I'm absolutely going to chew through my energy pool, but there's nothing wrong with that, especially since that is exactly what I am there to do. I'm there to support, I'm there to take out a lot of enemies, and I'm even there to be an absolute annoyance to anything that gets in my path. As stated, I am using him as a close range build, but to help you get acquainted to him, I'm going to go ahead and let you watch just a few minutes of gameplay without any commentary. If you do have questions regarding any of the gameplay you see within this tutorial, please click down below, comment, and let us know exactly what you want to know. If you are on PlayStation 4 and you do need some mod cards to help you get him built, please let me know and I will gladly do so, especially for starting players. We'd love to help you get started. We want to help you enjoy the game, so definitely let us know what you're trying to get, and if we have it, we can definitely try to help get you those prime parts or even the mods that you need. So definitely, like I said, comment in the comments below.
There it is, right for synthesis. Tame this creature so you may perform the synthesis I require.
Additional life support has arrived.
An excellent specimen, Hunter. This will advance Sanctuary's goal of preservation.
Life support activated. Tenno, prepare for life support. Another life support capsule is now available.
As you can see, just in those 2 minutes, a Volt is an extremely useful Warframe. He's not one that just stands around and does nothing. He's extremely fast, he's extremely powerful, and he is beyond useful for all situations, especially for enemies that do have shields or large hordes that are going to stand side by side, such as the Corrupted or even the Corpus, since they do tend to stay side by side constantly. The only downside is there are enemies that are disruptors that will cause his stun to phase, and it will not hold enemies down, so you do have to be warned that this is highly possible, especially if you're doing void fissures or even missions in the void. So do take note of that, and do take note that even if they do get out of your stun, it doesn't mean that Volt isn't going to do what he needs to do. As you can see, once I was revived, I was instantly able to get right back in combat. I was instantly able to help my team. But what's more impressive is the fact that even though Volt is a starting Warframe and his Prime version is slightly more advanced, he is still almost identical to his standard version that you're going to be starting out with. So do not feel that you're wasting your time if you decide to go farm Volt Prime. He is absolutely one of the most useful frames there is. And if you are just starting out, please let me know in the comments down below if there are mods you need. I'm only going to be doing this for new players. I'm not going to be doing this for, say, people that are mastery rank 5, 6, 7, or 8, because you should already have a lot of these mods. Now, the aura mods, I do have a couple extra of, so please let me know what your PSN ID is down below. I do apologize to both PC and Xbox One users. I do not play on either platform. I have not played on either platform in quite some time, and I decided to choose PlayStation 4 as my home as long as Warframe is on a PlayStation console. So I do apologize that I can't help you new players on either other platform, but I do hope these tutorials do make up for that, and that there are people out there that have been able to help you get started and help you get your feet on the ground. Now, as you guys can see, or even gals can see for that matter, we decided to go and do a mobile defense mission because I did decide to do this. It gives you an idea of what Volt can do. As you can tell on screen, I do have shields guarding our objective, meaning the objective will not be taking damage momentarily, since it is protected from left to right and even on the back side of it. So bullets aren't going to be going in and out of it. Grenades will not be going in and out of it. We don't have to worry about rockets, but enemies can still move between the objective you're going after as well as attack it. All they have to do is go right through your shields, go up, and melee it. So you do have to worry about that. You do still have to worry about things that shouldn't be getting through going in there. But that isn't a problem for Volt. He is beyond, as I've said, beyond useful, especially once you get the hang of him. He's one of those Warframes where if you aren't a mobile player, it is suggested to think about a Warframe such as Mag, that you think about a Warframe such as Loki, since Loki, even though he's quick, he is a stealth Warframe, which we will have a tutorial on at a later date. But what's unique about Loki compared to Volt is the fact that he is a stealth Warframe, and he does have a slight learning curve, so that is worth noting. But so is Excalibur. He does have his own learning curve to him. But there's nothing to be deterred about that, especially if you decide to choose between Excalibur, Mag, or Volt, which is your starting three that you choose from. But if you are slightly confused on even how to play Volt after this video, please let me know in the comments, and I will do as much as I can to help you properly learn how to play it and get the most out of him. All you have to know really is just stay mobile. Stay extremely mobile, get his static charge up, unleash his final ability when you can. If you don't have it yet, just remember to use his shock. There is nothing wrong with shocking your enemy and just taking them out that way. If you do like this video, please remember we do a lot of tutorials for this game. We do have quite a bit more coming up. All you have to do to see when our tutorials go live is hit the subscribe button so that you get notifications via email, or you can get notifications via your Google Plus or however you prefer. But the more you like our videos, the more you comment, it helps us know that what we're doing is what you all want to see. So please remember, go down to the bottom, hit subscribe, and definitely stay tuned to our channel, as we will have plenty of more Warframes tutorials coming up throughout the course of 2018. Again, I'm your host, Dustin Revere of Let's Play the Game Review. I really want to thank all of you for tuning in, and I hope to see all of you 10-0 on Warframe on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or PC. We'll talk with you soon.